Let's see if this works. Oh boy. All right, I'm live on Facebook, I think. I'm now going to try and go live. No, Instagram's not playing, so it's always such fun. Technical difficulties. Let me see what I can do here while I just live. And we're off, I think. Yes! Hurrah! Success! Instagram. So, hello everyone. It is Thursday, November the 5th, and it's 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and that means it's time for First Chapter Fun. Now, you might have been expecting Hank, but Hank and I like to mess things up a bit, change things up a bit, swap things around a bit. So Hank bailed me out on Tuesday because we had zero internet in the entire house for the whole day. No Wi-Fi, no hardwired, nothing. And so I am here today to read to you. How is everyone doing? Lots of stuff going on in the States. I'm in Canada, but definitely watching what's going on. Haven't got much sleep. I'm sure I'm not the only one in that situation, so I am there with you in spirit, that's for sure. I hope everyone's doing well on this Thursday afternoon, not morning, and it's such a pleasure to be here and to be able to read to you. I'm so pleased to see many of you already logging on and tuning in. We have Hank, of course. We have Glennie, Glennie Glitter. We have Kat. We have Rena on Instagram. We have Kat who says kind of stressed but hopeful. Same. We have Diane and Tracy. And over on Facebook, where I see the comments, of course, Hank again, lovely, and Shannon and Carol. And it's absolutely amazing. Hank says, we're going crazy. We need Canadian support, people. Here's me giving you all a great big Canadian, Swiss, British combo hug, because yes, a 3-for-1 deal. Why not? Indeed. We're with you in spirit, believe me. So today I'm really thrilled to read from Isabella Maldonado's book, The CIPHER. But before I get there, let me tell you a couple of things. First of all, on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, Hank and I will be having another Facebook First Chapter Fun chat. So if you're watching on Facebook, make sure if you're watching on Instagram, make sure you hop over to Facebook and follow us there. It's the group First Chapter Fun, and tune in on Thursday. We'll do an Ask Us Anything. We'll just have a very come in your pajamas, bring a cocktail. Very casual, very informal. You can ask us lots of questions and we'll have a bit of a chat. So that's Sunday, November the 8th. Hold on, let me look at my calendar. November the 8th at 7 p.m. Eastern. Second of all, as I mentioned off the top, I am reading from Isabella Maldonado's The CIPHER. And there's a giveaway. She has very kindly offered to give away 2 books. So make sure you leave a comment. And you know, on Instagram, the comments disappear. So if you want to be in for a chance to win a copy, you got to leave a comment now. Whereas on Facebook, the comments don't disappear. So Isabella can go back and pick someone. But thank you very much, Isabella, not only for letting us read for you, but also for giving away not 1, but 2 books, which is absolutely fabulous. For those of you who are new, First Chapter Fun started in March, middle of March, to combat the COVID blues, and here we are in November, still combating the COVID blues, among others. And this is our little haven, twice a week, every Tuesday, every Thursday at 12:30 p.m. My fabulous fictional, no, she's not fictional, partner in fictional crime, Hank Philippi Ryan, and I, we read to you twice a week, the days with a T, Tuesday and Thursday, the first chapter, or 1 or 2 chapters, depending on how long or short they are, from a different book. Not ours, although Hank will be reading from my next one, but that's not until May, so we've got plenty of time to talk about that. If I get booted out, it does happen sometimes. Instagram down here on my phone, or Facebook up here on my webcam throws a wobbly and chucks me out, cuts me off. Then I will come back to the platform. I'll continue on the platform that allowed me to speak and go back to the one that so rudely cut me off and start the broadcast again. But fingers crossed that won't happen today. So, what's been going on? Well, lots this week, obviously. Like I said, we had no internet on Tuesday. I was going absolutely crazy. It was really bad. So that was a fun thing. And then the dishwasher broke. So that was fun. So the dishwasher leaked, and we had water all over. We had the good idea, detect the sarcasm there, to put hardwood floors in our kitchen. Hardwood floors and a broken dishwasher, they don't mix well, and this is the second time. But I am married to Bob the Builder. My husband's name is Rob, and he is an electrician, and he can fix anything. So he got the part off Amazon, thank you Amazon, and fixed it. So we now have a normally functioning dishwasher and hopefully stable internet. Let's see what first chapter fun brings, because I've probably jinxed it now. So I hope I'm seeing lots and lots of comments. Joanne says, hello, it's nice to have this distraction. I agree. Hank says Insta is iffy, whereas interesting. I don't know what's going on. I see that I'm live. I hope let me know if Instagram is a bit strange. If you are on both Instagram and Facebook, then you can always hop over onto Facebook and see what's going on, because from what I can tell, I'm live on Instagram and it's clear. But if I'm not, please let me know. Hello, Jennifer Jumba, our wonderful librarian. Hope you're well. Okay, so enough of the ado, and thank you, Rena, for saying everything is clear. And let me introduce you to today's book, which is The CIPHER by Isabella Maldonado. And this just released. It just released on November the 1st, so it is brand new. And I just got an email from Isabella earlier, and I'm going to read it to you so I don't mess up the message. But she just found out from her publicist that the CIPHER was listed as the #1 most anticipated release of November in Bustle. Congratulations, Isabella. That is absolutely wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, great news. That is so cool. And I'm so excited to read from this book for you. And Isabella is here. She's both on Facebook and on Instagram, so you can ask her tons of questions, especially once I read you her bio. And I've said this before, and I will say it again, but when we do first chapter fun, we ask the authors to give us a bio. And I am always so impressed by the things these authors have done. It's absolutely incredible, and Isabella is no exception, that is for sure. And I read these bios and I think, my goodness, I need to really get a life. So let me introduce you to Isabella, the author of The CIPHER, most anticipated release in November, as listed in Bustle. So you can get your hands on it now, not right now, but once we're done. All right, so this is Isabella. Award-winning author Isabella Maldonado wore a gun and badge in real life before turning to crime writing. The first Latina to attain the rank of captain in her police department, she retired as the commander of special investigations and forensics. During more than 2 decades on the force, her assignments included hostage negotiator, department spokesperson, and precinct commander. Selected to attend the FBI National Academy in Quantico, she uses her law enforcement background to bring a realistic edge to her writing. She lives in the Phoenix area, where her uniform now consists of tank tops and yoga pants. Instead of bad guys, she chases around her young son when she's not handcuffed to her computer. The CIPHER, the first book in her new series featuring FBI Special Agent Nina Guerrera, was published on November the 1st, 2020. How is that for a background? How utterly impressive. So if you're looking for a realistic, just mind-blowing thriller featuring a kick-ass FBI agent, well, this one is for you. And don't forget, if you leave some comments on Facebook and on Instagram, you might be one of the lucky winners to get your hands on a copy. But whether you win or not, this is one for your immediate to be read list. I have zero doubts about that. So As always, thank you very, very, very much to Isabella for letting us read, and also to her publisher Amazon. We could never do this without the authors we could do it without the authors and the publisher's approval, but that wouldn't be that would be wrong. So we don't do that. So thank you very, very, very much. Rena just says, I want it. Yes, yeah. Quite right too. So let me read you the first chapter of this brilliant book, and I hope you can see that properly. Yes, you can. It's very striking. The cipher is in yellow. I hope that's coming across. The cipher by Isabella Maldonado. So let me read this to you right now. Chapter 1. 10 years ago, Fairfax County Juvenile and Domestic Relations District, Court of Virginia. Nina Esperanza gazed up at the man who held her fate in his hands. Judge Albert McIntyre perused the submitted documents in silence. She forced her foot to stop jiggling beneath the long oak table and schooled her features into what she hoped passed for a polite expression. The papers had been filed, the testimony had ended. Only the ruling remained. The judge stopped reading to eye her, taking her measure before he spoke. I am prepared to finalise your petition to the court, but before I do, I want to be sure you are clear about the consequences of this decision. This ruling cannot be reversed. You will have full responsibility for any actions you take or agreements you enter into from now on. Nina's guardian ad litem, Cal Withers, dug a finger. Nina's guardian ad litem, Cal Withers, dug a finger into his shirt collar. She accepts the terms, Your Honour. Withers was the attorney appointed by the court to represent Nina's interests. At 17 years old, she could not petition the court on her own. His silver hair, deep-set wrinkles, and calm efficiency spoke of experience. His careworn expression bore witness to years spent wrangling with an unpredictable juvenile court system that could either render or miscarry justice, depending on the circumstances. The judge flicked a gaze at Withers before directing his next words to the girl whose life he was about to irrevocably change. I understand why you are petitioning this court for emancipation, especially given your current situation. The few people allowed to attend the closed hearing shifted in their seats, but Nina refused to shrink down in her chair. After what had happened, she'd made a private vow never to go back into the system. If the judge didn't rule in her favour, she would run away again. And this time, no one would find her until she had passed her 18th birthday. You have demonstrated that you can support yourself, Judge McIntyre said. But what are your plans going forward? Do you have a goal for the future? Withers spoke before she could answer. Your Honour, the paperwork we filed shows an early acceptance to George Mason University. She's also been awarded a scholarship and grant money to assist with tuition. She has a part-time job and will live in a dorm on campus where she... The judge held up an age-spotted hand. I would like to hear the young lady speak for herself. Withers had tried to intervene to spare her this moment. He and her caseworker had counselled her before the hearing. If the judge asked about her career plans, they had advised her to give a touching speech about how she considered becoming a nurse, teaching kindergarten, or joining the Peace Corps. Technically, it wasn't a lie. She had contemplated those options for about a nanosecond. Then she'd realised what she could do with the rest of her life. But would the judge accept her choice? Under the table, Withers nudged her foot with his. She knew what he wanted her to say. Then again, she'd never done anything just because someone said she should. But probably why she'd bounced from one foster home to another. Coming to a decision, she squared her shoulders and opted for the truth. I'm entering the criminal justice program at GMU. After graduation, I'll join the police department, work my way to detective, and spend the rest of my career putting monsters who prey on children behind bars. Withers scrubbed a palm over his face. The county caseworker shook her head. Nina ignored their reactions, focusing her attention on the judge. Is that far enough into the future, sir? Judge McIntyre narrowed his eyes. You'll continue with counselling? Yes, sir. Circumstances have made you very independent at an early age, Miss Esperanza, Judge McIntyre said. But you must allow others to help you when you need it. Remember that. The courtroom fell silent. Every eye was trained on the judge, waiting. Her frayed nerves stretched to the breaking point. Had she just made him doubt she could deal with what had happened to her? Her breath caught. After an eternity, his deep voice broke the silence. I will grant the petition. She exhaled with a long sigh. Now, for the remaining matter. The smile died on her lips as the judge continued in a sombre tone. The petition for a name change. He held up a notarized document. You are requesting to change your name from Nina Esperanza to Nina Guerrera. The filing indicates that you wish to choose a name rather than continue to use the one assigned to you. You could do this when you turn 18 next year. Why the rush? Withers found his voice. Your Honour, my client was given her current legal name by her original caseworker. When it became clear adoption would be... He cast her an apologetic glance. Unlikely. Her gaze drifted down to her clasped hands. As a little girl, she was not among those with bouncy blonde curls and bright blue eyes. She did not have porcelain skin or rosy cheeks. The caseworkers never referred to her as sweet or shy. Instead, she overheard snatches of conversation peppered with words like headstrong and willful. She may not have fully grasped their meaning at the time, but she knew these terms, along with her dark hair, brown eyes and tan skin, set her apart from the other girls, the girls who got adopted. Withers rushed to fill the awkward silence. She had no say in the matter and believes the occasion of her emancipation from the guardianship of the Commonwealth of Virginia is the appropriate time to choose a name that reflects her new cause. The judge raised a bushy grey brow at her. Your new cause? She lifted her head to meet his gaze. Do you speak Spanish, sir? I do not. She drew in a deep breath. Full disclosure was her best option. I tracked down my very first caseworker from when I entered the system 17 years ago. The judge's expression darkened. I'm aware of the circumstances. Circumstances. A detached clinical term designed to protect her feelings. The judge probably thought he was being kind, but he couldn't whitewash it. She had been left to die in a dumpster when she was a month old. Nina swallowed the lump in her throat and went on. Her name is Myrna Gonzalez. She told me I'd originally been called Baby Jane Doe. She wanted me to have an ethnically appropriate name, so she called me Nina, the English version of niña, which means girl in Spanish. She also hoped I would be one of the kids who has a happy ending, that I would be adopted by a loving family, so she named me Esperanza, which means hope. The lump in her throat expanded, straining her last words. I did not get that happy ending. No, Judge McIntyre said. You did not. He didn't attempt to patronise her, which she appreciated. But why Guerrera? He wanted to know. In Spanish, guerrero means warrior or fighter, and guerrera, with an A on the end, refers to a female. The judge took a moment to digest her words before his eyes reflected comprehension. Warrior girl. She inclined her head in acknowledgement. I've given up on hope, she said quietly, then lifted her chin. From now on, I fight. How was that? How brilliant is that? I think we all need to know what happens to this young lady and what happened to her, because this, the first chapter, of course, is 10 years before. That was the brilliant first chapter of The CIPHER by Isabella Maldonado, which I think is just brilliant, and I reckon you're going to love it. Love this book. I see all these hearts coming up. It's amazing. Thank you so much for joining in and for watching, especially with everything else that's going on. Our little slice of you know, slightly less crazy in the world. So there are so many. Oh my gosh, I can't keep up with the comments. Hank and Daisy saying impressive bio, and Rose as well. Absolutely, I completely agree. I'm just going to scroll down. Oh my goodness. Hank says, oh, I love this. Daisy says, I love her name and meaning. I agree. It's such a powerful opening, because it's 10 years ago, and you know then that this young lady, Nina Guerrera, then she changes her name, goes into the FBI and is confronted by a serial killer, which reminds me, I gave you, this is weird, this has happened I think only once before, where I've been so excited to read the book, I didn't actually read you the back cover copy. What an idiot. So I'm going to do that now. No, we're doing this in reverse. It rarely happens on first chapter fun. Normally what we do is do a bit of the ado, introduce the author, read their bio, read the back cover copy of the book, and then jump into the first chapter. Well, I skipped the beginning, the description of the book. So now you've heard the book. Let me tell you. I'm so sorry. I'm all over the place, aren't I? I have no excuse. So let me read you now. You've heard the first chapter of the CIPHER. Let me read you the back cover copy, and that means you can then place the stuff I just read to you with what's going to happen in the book. All right, this is the CIPHER. It takes an FBI agent with a dark past to solve the darkest crimes. FBI Special Agent Nina Guerrera escaped a serial killer's trap at 16. Years later, when she's jumped in a Virginia park, a video of the attack goes viral. Legions of new fans are not the only ones impressed with her fighting skills. The man who abducted her 11 years ago is watching. Determined to reclaim his lost prize, he commits a grisly murder designed to pull her into the investigation. But his games are just beginning, and he's using the internet to invite the public to play along. His coded riddles may have made him a depraved social media superstar, an enigmatic cyber ghost dubbed the CIPHER. But to Nina, he's a monster who preys on the vulnerable. Partnered with the FBI's preeminent mind hunter, Dr. Jeffrey Wade, who's haunted by his own past, Nina tracks the predator across the country. Clue by clue, victim by victim, Nina races to stop a deadly killer while the world watches. Oh, see, that's why I was so excited to read the book. I skipped that bit. I'm so sorry. That was the description, and before that, the first chapter of The CIPHER by Isabella Maldonado. So if that isn't on your list, I don't know what should be. So such a great book, absolutely brilliant, and it's out now, so you can get your hands on it. And of course, if you just tuned in, it was just named most anticipated book of November by Bustle, so you know, you really can't go wrong. So we have a question from Rena, which I can't answer, but she asked on Instagram, Isabella, in case you haven't seen that, how did you come up with the title? And Jess Montgomery, we read from two of Jess's book, another one's coming up, The Stills, next year, historical fiction, historical mystery. Jess Montgomery, absolutely, thank you for being here, Jess. She says, I love your glasses. These are reading glasses because I'm blind, and I got three pairs for $20 at Joe Fresh. Don't know if I should really say that as this is being recorded, how cheap I am with my glasses. but at least I can see. All right, I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did reading the CIPHER by Isabella Maldonado. Run, don't walk to get a copy of this, or click as fast as you can, and you can have this copy on your Kindle or in your post box within a couple of days or minutes if it's on your Kindle. So what's coming up on Tuesday? I have a gorgeous cover to show. Look at that. Opium and Absinthe by Lydia Kang. This is coming up on Tuesday on First Chapter Fun. Make sure you're here at 12:30 p.m. on Instagram or on Facebook. And don't forget to leave a comment also for today, so that you'll be in for a chance to win one of 2 copies of the CIPHER, brackets not affiliated with Instagram or Facebook. So that's it for today. The CIPHER, Isabella Maldonado, and Tuesday, Opium and Absinthe by Lydia Kang. I hope you've enjoyed it. I will catch up with all of your comments. It's so lovely to see all of these comments. I'm so thrilled that so many of you joined in today with everything that's going on. Let's see where we are on Tuesday, shall we? And I'll look forward to seeing you then. Until then, as always, please stay safe, stay kind, and we'll see you on Tuesday. Thank you for watching.